Fiber-mucil product, so maybe you want to try Andrew's certified organic teas.
No, or especially the fiber-mucil product. What better time to make sure you're getting additional fiber than when we kind of throw caution to the wind in terms of our diet over the holidays. And that fiber can make, because it also gives you feelings of fullness if you have a couple of capsules with a meal, it can make the holidays pass a lot easier, pass through you a lot easier too. So I highly recommend taking advantage of that literally 100-day money-back guarantee till January 31st. That's great.
Of next year. I mean,
yes.
If you decide at that point you want to send it back, of course, with pleasure, you can do for a return and refund of the purchase price. We want to share with you some other things that Andrew has that maybe you didn't know. Tea drinkers love Andrew Lessman. I know a thing or two about tea for obvious reasons. I'm a big fan of both of these options, Andrew, and I know you are as well.
Well, our Peppermint Sencha Green Tea is the way that Americans get to enjoy green tea. Most Americans don't like green tea. First thing we do is we select a green tea that doesn't have that kind of overly strong, funky kind of green tea taste.
Right.
And then by blending it with our peppermint tea, all you are left with when you have our green tea is a wonderful, delicious peppermint tea with the health benefits of green tea. We also have our peppermint tea. So I just figured it would be a nice opportunity because our green tea, if you want just a very mild touch of caffeine. For me, coffee is a little strong. So the only time I'll ever have coffee is just before I exercise, because otherwise, if I had coffee before I was here, I'd be speaking twice as quickly as I'm speaking now. It would not be a good thing. My brain and mouth just get disconnected from one another. But if you just want a really mild hit, just like probably at most 10, 20 milligrams of caffeine, then our Peppermint Sencha Green Tea. And all it does is taste like peppermint tea. So you don't get, if you don't enjoy that taste of green tea, you just get the enjoyment of peppermint tea, but the health benefits of green tea, which is among it's the most frequently consumed beverage in the world, and I would say probably the healthiest beverage in the world. As much as red wine has all sorts of protective compounds, I'm gonna have to go with green tea as being healthier. So,
would you like one, Andrew?
Sure, I'll have some peppermint tea.
Please,
sure.
I tell you, it's my favorite part of the whole show because I get to just kind of have a nice, relaxing sip. And it is soothing.
And what's also unique about my teas, whether it's the green mint or the peppermint, you could use that tea bag to make a quart of tea.
Right.
So that quart of tea, and also of course our tea bags don't have any plastic byproducts or any string or any inks or anything like that. I respect what we put in our body, so I want to have the cleanest tea experience possible. So when you're using this tea, as you can see, we just poured it in there. You could use a quart of water and you could let it steep for 24 hours, not just, most teas you steep them for more than 2 or 3 minutes, they become horribly bitter.
Right.
Our tea, you can steep it for 24 hours. It's fine. It never gets bitter. It gets richer, it never gets bitter. So it becomes the best value imaginable because, in fact, at my house, I have the teapots in the refrigerator.
Right.
And those teapots are each about a quart. And in a quart, we just put 1 tea bag. So I'm literally getting 4 8-ounce cups, or a typical tea cup is more than like 4 or 5 ounces.
Sure.
So I'm getting more like a half a dozen cups of tea per tea bag.
Andrew, does it sound silly to say that when I drink a cup of your tea, I almost feel healthier? Is it the freshness of the flavor, or I feel healthier? Well, compared to coffee.
I think tea. I mean, and one thing that I need to be clear about: coffee. If you don't put